Latvian, so. Hello. If you're ready, I'm ready, yes? How we say in Poland, it's always better to be late than nothing at all. And I say it's always better to be late than later. So hope it's not too late for you. I was invited here to present the Web of Science and the Web of Knowledge resources that the University of Latvia has an access to, and we use this because it's the most well-known resources, the database for the bibliometric evaluation and the citation indexes. The keyword here is the citations. This is what I'm doing, like when I'm presenting in Poland, I'm always starting with some keywords that are bringing the attention of the attendees. And the one is definitely citations. The other one is the H-index. Do you know H-index? Yes, you know. But you're not really happy. You don't seem to be happy to know. Yeah, I know. It's my being here, my presence is like I'm trying to make you more familiar with this, to make it more friendly to you, because you will probably need it to use it in some projects, evaluation projects, and so on. This is what we do in many countries in Europe. Like we're using the Web of Science database to get the citation reports. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Marcin Kapczyński. I hope you can pronounce it. Marcin Kapczyński. Yeah, how you say it? K-A-P-C-Z-Y-N-S-K-I. And in Thomson Reuters, I'm offering you help with using these resources. And this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to present this. I'll need the internet because I'm presenting live. So I'm showing you how it works in real time. And I don't like this kind of lectures that I'm talking and you listening. It's not really efficient. I prefer when it's a workshop or discussion. So if you have questions or if you want to interrupt or you have any ideas how to can use this, please interrupt. I really like to be interrupting. Yeah. Thank you, Indra, for interrupting me today and interrupting this pleasant time I had in a hotel and telling me that you should be here in the University of Latvia already. So I'm happy to be here finally. And okay, bibliotecas, right? It's the library. And how many of you have used the Web of Knowledge platform already? Is anyone? Yes? Okay. Right. And how was it? Thrilling. Okay. How many of you are doing publications, writing publications, doing researches? Most? Yes? Right. Okay. Right. Gee. So, the first thing is, if you want to get to the database, you need a computer, PC that has an IP within the network. So you know how to do it. And if you have this PC, you can type in the first URL address. It's webofknowledge.com, right? And this is what we have. It's the Web of Knowledge platform. So the most important thing I found is that the people are mistaking two names, Web of Knowledge and Web of Science. It's really similar, you must admit, but it's different things. The Web of Knowledge is a platform, is a whole environment. And the Web of Science is one of the databases we use. Actually, it's the biggest database, and we refer to this database more often than to the others, but it's, you see, it's a different. Web of Knowledge, you have here Web of Knowledge in the big capitals, and the Web of Science is here. Except for Web of Science, we use the other databases. As far as I'm concerned, the Latvian University of Latvia has an access to Web of Science and Medline, right? Am I correct? No Medline? Okay. What about JCR? Journal Citation Report? Yes, okay. So that's the couple of bases you can access. And when you open the Web of Knowledge platform on a default way, sometimes it's appearing all databases search. But I would like you to use the Web of Science tab, because this is similar, but has a different options. Have a look on that one. It has more fields to search. And when we asked about the citation reports, we asked about the Web of Science citation reports. So this is what we doing the most of the time. So Web of Science tab is the one we use. You see it okay? Is a good view, clear? Not too big, not too small? Now it's better? No. What about now? Like this one, I will put here, okay? Right, so let's have a look what we have here. This is in English, because we use English as this language is a current Latin, I might say. So when we searching for something, we're doing this in English as well. And let me show you what you can search for. You can search obviously for the topic. And the topic is not the title. It's something that we're looking for. And if you have this this quick reference cards, these brochures, all things. Is it in English as well, or in Russian? You got it in Russian? Poisk. Only in Russian? Really? Okay. So anyway, yes. Maybe it's just. Yes, I see. So I'm just want you to know that all things about the searches are on the second page. So when you're wondering how to search, want to use the Boolean operators, you have it here. I won't show it too much because I want to save some time, you know, because but if you do the topic search, you can learn how to do it here. The other thing we very commonly use is the author search. So we look for the names. We just look for the researchers, for the professors, for the deans. We would like to create a report. And this is what I'm doing actually every day, author search. So we can do the author search. If you have any name, I can show it how to use it. But let's leave it for later. Maybe I will show you how to use the address field search or the organization enhanced search. This is what I actually did already, because this is a new option. Organization enhanced is like we put the name of an institution and we get all the records from the institution. It is always easier to me because I see who are the key person on the institution. I see what are the key disciplines on the institutions. Okay, and let me, before we start searching, I would like to show you what we gonna search actually. So Web of Science index is over 55 million documents, and this includes the master journal list journals titles, which we called Philadelphian list in Poland. I don't know how we call it here, probably master journal list. So they are not all the journals. That's the problem for the researchers. So they coming to me and they saying, why my journal is not here? And I say, I don't know, maybe you should ask your publisher. maybe the journal does not meet the criteria. Because to get here, you need to meet the criteria. And the criteria are tough. It's like, maybe not so tough, but it's not, just be aware that there are only the best journals in here. It's 13,000 journal titles. So it might seems to be a lot, but it's not, definitely they are not all the journals. We can, when we will be talking about the JCR, I mean the journal citation reports and the impact factors, I will show you what kind of journals we include, what kind of journals, Latvian journals we have here, and so on. Right, okay, so that's the journals, and the other one is the conferences. So if you attend the conference, and this conference is on the list, and this one is at almost 200,000 conferences indexed here. You may be sure that your paper, your article will be in this database, and we will see it. The last thing is the books. We have books here, right? As far as I know. And the books are good for the humanities and the social sciences, because we have more documents in books than in the journals, but anyway, it's not the very big index. It's just a part of it, and they are not all the books. They are only the books that are most of the books are translated into English, and the books that are known and published by the well-known publishers and so on. So this is what we search for, and I'm leaving with all checked. The other thing is the data range. So I will leave it as all dates, so we can search all the back files we have. You don't have to use this one. It's the default. On the default way, it's always turned on. So maybe if in some advanced searches you may use it, but it's fine to leave it as it is. Okay, so I have here the University of Latvia, but I didn't get here so fast. First I checked, have a look on the organization enhance field. We get something which is called the link select from index. And this link is really helpful because it shows like it's an index of all the names we have here. And when I put, for example, Latvia, I found that in organization enhanced, which is a special application that combines all the variation of the names, I have a three institutions included, and one of those is the University of Latvia. Before I click on add to search for the University of Latvia, I would like to show you some view details. And the view details you can access under view details icon D, and have a look. What is the University of Latvia? University of Latvia is the official formal name for our institution, but not everyone is using this name. Look, we have lots of names that are not really the same, like Latvia State University, Latvia Univ, all the institutes we have on the Latvian University, University of Latvia, and so on and so on. And I can tell you that it's not all the variations, probably. There will be still some we have that we not included. I'm just telling you that is definitely the most of those, and they came from the researchers actually. If the author is putting Institute of Cardiology instead of a University of Latvia, earlier, like 1 year ago, we couldn't find it because we only searched for University of Latvia. Now we can because it's the combined, enhanced. Okay, so I put the University of Latvia in my search field by adding this here, and I'm doing okay. Now I have a 2 because I did it before, so let me delete that one. And now I can filter this more, like for example, I can filter this here, like for the languages, yes? let's show me all the documents from the University of Latvia that were in Latvian. Maybe I can do that. But I can tell you that the most of the documents anyway would be in English. That's for sure, because it's very often it's translated. So let's stay with the all languages and go for the search. How many documents you expect? 1 million, right? Are you surprised? 6,000. Is it? Yeah, it's fair. They are not all the documents. They are documents that were published on University of Latvia, and they were published on the journals from the master journal list of the conference, all the books. We clear on that? Yes? Do you have any questions on that maybe now? Yes? Why we what we have here, this is the field I really like, refine results. Refine results show us the information from the records. So I know what are the categories that are represented the most. Physics, material science, mechanics, optics. This is not a surprise. The technical sciences are always leading before the social sciences, but we will have the social sciences as well, I can assure you. What kind of documents we have? Article, proceedings paper, meeting abstracts, note reviews. That's the top five. Research areas are similar to the Web of Science categories. This one is referring to the journal category. So it's really important. It's just taken from the keywords, from the text, from the references, and we did the categories. And this one, research areas are more broad. It's like you see, they are very similar, but this is for the journal and this is a domain, let's say. And finally, we have authors. So I see the 5 top authors we have in the number of the documents. If I want to see more, I can click on the more options values, and then I have 100 now. I'm sure they are not all of the authors, because we have 6,000 documents and there's only 100 authors, but you can see the names. Are they familiar? Yes. Right, okay, and let's go further. Yeah, we will go back to the authors. I put cancel here for a second. Let's go further. What we have else? We have editors. It's not very much important. Source titles. Source titles are the list of the journals that are the most popular. So the titles of the journals. Here you go. You see the most 5 more options values showing. Another 95, so I see what kind of journals are represented on the University of Latvia. Now, something very popular as well, conference titles. So I can see what conference we have attended and what conference the people from the University of Latvia were publishing, have papers from these conferences. Publications, yes, it's obviously the dates. Organization enhanced, you've seen. Funding agencies, we can see who's funding the researchers. So you got the list of the funders who are giving the grants. Languages and the countries I've shown you. Let's have a look on the languages. English, as I said. Russian, German, Latvian is on the 4th place, actually, which is surprising. And how we have, where from we have those information, how we get those information. Let's have a look on the records. Here's a list of the records we have, this 6,000 records, and they are sorted in a chronological order. It means that those that were published recently. And if I click on that one, on the title, I see all the information. So I see information about the title, which is obvious. I see the interesting information about the authors that are publishing. I've got the information about the journal that was published in, all the bibliographic information. Let's keep the citation for the moment. Abstract of the work. I know it was written in English. I know it was, here's the reprint address I can contact. And I have addresses of the authors. That what you've seen, those indexes here, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, they came from here. So I see the one is the Ivano-Frankivsk National University in Lviv, on Ukraine, and University of Latvia, Institute of Solid State Physics, and other institutions as well. It's the second. So, for example, this author Popov is writing on the University of Latvia and as well on the Institute for Max von Langwein in Grenoble. Right, okay, we got the funding information, so we know that this research was financed by this institution. What we don't have here is the full text, because we do not own the full text. It's the copyright and so on. But in many cases, library has a subscription, or you may find the open access journals. So if you want to check if the full text is available, click on a full text icon. And if you click on a full text icon on this button, you will get to the publisher, it's Elsevier site, and you can try to get the PDF. Here you go. But what we have, and what is the very important part of this database, is what we have here. This section. Citations. This document has no cites already because it's quite fresh. It's 0. But the authors, those authors, used 21 positions in the bibliographic references. So if I click here on the cited references, I can get to the bibliography of this work and I see all the works that they were referring to. Right? To understand this better, I'm always showing the citation map, which is really nice. The citation. Let's go back to the list. Let's go back to the list, and let's sort it now by time cited. Is that okay? Yeah. So we will see this time cited highest to lowest, and okay, we have documents that are the champions, I might say. But let's pick something which is, let's go to the page, I don't know, 6. And let's pick something less cited, just to, oh, still a lot. Okay, what about 16? Okay, let's take one of those. Peptides. So we have a document that was cited 46 times, and we can see who was citing those authors from. Some of them are from our university, some probably not. But if you want to see it, you can click on a citation map as well. And this is nice because I'm going for the forward and backward now. And one generation or 2 generations, let's stay with a 1 generation because 2 generations will be too many. And now I'm having those citation map created, which will show us what are actually the citations. Once I was asked, why so many people are talking about the citations? What is the citations so important in that? That was a student actually, and I was like surprised about this question because actually everyone is talking about it, but it's difficult to tell why the people are talking about it, because everyone thinks it's so obvious, and sometimes it's not. So the citations can show how other people value our work. Do you agree with me? So if, let's have a look on that, what we have here. So this is our work from 2005. You see, peptides, Skiot is the first author. And before they write this article, which was in 2005, they used, I'm sorry, it's not really well seen. Maybe, come on. I'm trying to do, give me a second. It's stacked. Okay, so normally it's a bigger screen. I got these autos here, and here I got all the autos. I can move it to see. It's so much. It's 140, I guess. But you got all the autos that were cited by our authors. So it's the bibliography of this work, right? Hold on. Let me try again. Why is... And now, if we go this way, forward, maybe now, not really, I don't know why it's so narrow, normally it's bigger, but just have a quick look. We have here, we have authors that have cited our authors in 2005. So this is like, you know, you see the generations. This map is really nice when it's seen in a proper way. Maybe I should do recreate. But you can as well set up the color, the text. For example, you can see the countries, or maybe let's see the subject category. So this one is from pharmacology, pharmacy, and they were cited by cell biology, by evolutionary biology, and so on and so on. And you can see it on the citation map, which normally is looking better. I'm sorry about this one. Oops. Okay, let's close that one. Come on, okay, I'm here. Let's go back to the database. So this is all about the citation. Maybe some history. Like this database was founded actually by the Dr. Eugene Garfield from University of Philadelphia in the 1964, last century. And that was like, he was a librarian information, he was dealing with information and he analyzes the things, and he found that in the physics, it's like, you know, the people are referring to the other authors. So he did this on the paper for the first time. Like, you know, he wrote all those references, he built the first citation index, and then he found the Institute for Scientific Information, and after that, because the people were like referring to this bibliometric analysis, like they found it important to see who is citing who, and what kind of a value we can get. So it was growing and growing, and now we have this Web of Science database owned by Thomson Reuters, which is a former Institute for Scientific Information. So these indexes are actually older than a 50-year-old, like a half of a century we do this bibliographic. Now we have some other databases you probably know, like a Publish or Perish, or Google Scholar, and so on. Do you know that? No? So it's good. Because they're competitive to the Web of Science, but they don't have this history and the tradition. This one was for the first time in the 1964 started, and still for all those years we're using this evaluation to tell if this article was popular or less popular and what we can get about it. Questions? You can try to ask the questions in Latvian. Probably I won't understand nothing, but...
I don't know, do you have a kind of shortcut if I find the University of Latvia, let's say last year, all the publications, and then I can quickly find them impact factor of the journal, for each journal, but like not manually, but like a list.
Wow. That sounds like very... okay, so the first thing is if you know that it was published in peptides, and you want to see what kind of impact factor of peptides. We will get to the impact factors later, but I would like to show you this now. Is this on the right hand side, when it's this blue table, you get a link to the view the journal's impact factor. So this is what you can do, right? Okay, now let's go back to the results. This is what we have here. Is actually, let's say, the most of the results we may find for the University of Latvia. And if we want to see what kind of journals were presented, we can go, of course, we can go here and see those source titles, or we can go to analyze results here. And when we click on analyze results, we have an options to filter this thing for, let's say, publication source titles, right? Where is it? Yes, source titles. For 500, it's the maximum, but I think we will manage to fit it. And let's do analyze. And now you see all the journals, those 500 top journals that were represented here. And together with the numbers, how many papers we have in these journals and the percentage. And this could be, this long report could be saved as Excel file, for example, or any other documents. But we won't have any impact factors from this point yet. And more, not all of those. Let's have a look. Proceedings of the Society of Photo-Optical Instrumentation Engineers. This won't have an impact factor because the conference proceedings are not counted as impact factors. You must know that the impact factor is not everything, not all the titles. It's like when the journal is getting into the Web of Science database, it needs 3 years to get the impact factor. But we will go to the impact factor in a few moments. Let's have a look on the citation report. Analyze results is the one option, but what we do very often is a citation report. And when we click on the create citation report, you will see this typical citation report for all the documents. So that was the 6,000 documents, and we have here information when the most documents were publishing. So we see that the University of Latvia is actually booming because the 2012 may be less than 2011, but it's still a high number. Citation, of course, they're accumulating and they summarize, so you can see it like here. Then you have information about the citations, bibliometric information about the self-citations, and the other bibliometric factors like H index. I will tell you this one when we pick the author, because on the institution it's not really important. But you can see it as you can do the citation report for the institutions. Right. Actually, let's do the search for the author. And I can do both. I can pick the author from the list, or you can give me the name. I picked that one because I found him the most articles, but we can... Professor Kotomin. Evgeny? Yes? It's Eugene in English. And it's Evgeny in Polish. Okay, so can we do this one? Yes? Let's do this one for the start. Refine. So I found here 238 his works, which are not all. They are all works that were found thanks to the University of Latvia. So if I have his works here, that's 238, I can do the report, create report, citation reports here. And I see that he has, in this database, 238 works minimum, and that gives me over 3,383 sites. Without self-citation is at 261, and the self-citation in that case is both. Yes.
So I made approximately the same way, and my result is not 238, but it's 292 results.
I have 290.
So it means that there are some big, very big.
So you have more than I have, right?
I have less.
I have less.
You have less.
And even less.
219.
With the same things.
Well, the years in the first beginning of the databases were less periods for me than for you. You had from 1900 and I'm from 1950 or something like that.
We have from 1990.
So that's the difference. So you see, it's from 1900.
Here, right? Because you see, I have a full range, so it's everything. And here access could be limited to some years, actually. So maybe that's the reason. And maybe I should limit this time range for the access we have here. Is it 1990? Because I know he got it works in the 1983, for example, which is really old, but he got it. The other thing is, please be aware that we did this search report using the University of Latvia. And what if he's not having works signed as the University of Latvia, which probably can take a place. So let's start from the beginning and search for the author. When we do the author, and I can just put a name, right? And I put the asterisk. Why? Because the asterisk, is it here? Asterisk is truncation symbol. So if he got the second initial, which he has, and once he put the one initial, the other one he puts the other initial, two initials, the other time he put the full name. So the asterisk will bring up all those results. Asterisk is really useful when you're doing the topic searches. Like, let's say we're searching for the, some chemical words, like a hydroxy, right? Hydroxy. So, hydroxy could be hydroxylations, hydroxylated, yes, something? And if I put here asterisk, you see it will be maybe here even, it will be hydroxy, hydroxylated, hydroxylation, and so, and many other endings. Other thing is a prefix, like, you know, aminohydroxylation, dehydroxylation, and so on. If it's going to be here, I have full options. So this is really useful. The same is with the names, like, you know, if you don't know if he got this, I need to get rid of this. So I put the asterisk. And if I click here, search, I will put here search. I will click search. I have 342. And there is a question if there is only one author of this name and this initial. Because some names are really popular. Like popular in that case that many people have the same name, and you doesn't have to have a James surname or John's. The Chinese people has problems with that because they are Li or Wang. Have you ever tried to search for the Chinese author? Wang, Li or Li. It's impossible, I'm telling you. So you can click on here when you get this blue field. Is it blue? Is it blue? And you got those sets. So you can check, you can verify. So I have one set which is at 326 results from University of Latvia. and I'm happy with that. Then I have a Ben Gurion University. I don't know the author so well, but I assume that he does his works as well. Then I have a University of Maryland, College Park. And if I'm not really sure, I can have a look on the sampling of the publications to define if it's his. It's probably his as well, and so on and so on. And I can have a look, and when I see that it's all his work, I can just, I don't know, I can check the boxes, or I can go back and go ahead and see all the publications. Let me have a look in how many sites. So I'm going to check all of those to show you how it works. This is his. This is his. This is his. Maybe that's not so tricky name, but you probably have that names as well. You can search. We can search for later for Kowalski, for example. It's a nightmare. Okay. And here is the same work, same one. And they're all from the same category. But it could happen that like I have something from the nutrition or the pediatrics, and that could tell me that this is not the same person. Okay, let's go. Have you did the same thing? Because I'm wondering how many results we have. Is anyone doing the searches as well with me?
Yeah.
And what do we have?
17, and the results are less, of course.
How many? Less?
You have to press go now, right?
No, sorry. View records. View records. That's the. Let's have a look at. Now I checked all the records.
Yeah.
Right? And I checked all the records and click on a view records. And now what I see here is all the results, but you see in your subscription. So it could be different when the subscription is limited. Like, for example, you don't have a book citation index, and he got the, like, I don't know, 10 books. So it would be less on that 10.
Well, now we have book citation index for roughly a year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've seen the information.
You
That's
show us the search page.
Mm-hmm.
There are different years, I think.
yes? Right, okay. Here.
Yes, you have 90, we have
94.
Here, 1994, right?
92. No, this.
It's because we it could be said individual. Just wanna explain to you that it can happen. Okay. And now we can work on this list of the results to get the citation reports. Like when you applying for the funds, or you in Poland, or you want to graduate from doctor, PhD to professor, you need to provide these informations. So the informations are: I have in the Web of Science 342 documents, and they were cited 4,626 times. Without self-citation, it's 3,307. And self-citation means only when Professor Kotomin is citing himself. Not like, have a look, Kuzovkov. He's citing Kotomin. No, it's not a self-citation. They wrote an article together, but the citation is when we having this. And H-index, Hirsch index. Jorge Hirsch is the one who invented this thing. This is what we need to provide as well. Do you know what's the H-index? No? You being asked about the H-index? Is it like you need to put the H-index? This shows how the citation is in the one group is distributing. So when it says 33, it means that this author has 33 papers with minimum 33 citations each one. I know, it's tough. Let's have a look in the practice. This is all his works, and this is what could be important as well. You have all the years, like all the years here. So this is a work, the most cited from the 88. So you probably don't see that one, because it's the 88.
That's right.
And it's the most cited, 226. But I will show you how to, later on, how to add this to work as well. Because it's not disappearing. It's just, you cannot see the record when it's outside of a subscription. But you probably can see this one, 138, right? Okay, so this is the most cited, this is the second most cited, and so on and so on. We have it, how it was cited in each year. So if you want to go, there is a question as well. Please provide me your citations from the last 4 years. Okay, so when you have this one for the last 4 years, what you do, you're adding these values. Or if you want to do it for the last 5 years, you moving to the earlier times, and you adding this from here. Right, and now this is decreasing, like we have 89, 87, 70, and let me go to the page number 4. It's not too far. And now I have a work number 31, which has a 34 citations, and the 32, which has a 34 citation as well, and the 33, which has 33 citations, and this line. This line, you see? And now the next work is a 34 and has a 33 citations. And the H index is, if you remember, 34, 3. 3 or 4?
33.
33. Why? Because he has 33 papers that were cited minimum 33 times each one. Are you interested in this topic more? No? Say yes, please. Okay, if you're interested, I will show you something. Let's have a look. We have two authors, right? And I need the Latvian name, so it's going to be you. Yes? For example, and the other one is... I'm sorry. Is that okay? Just an example, right? Okay. They're colleagues, and they work together, and let's say they work in the same area, in the same domain. They're doing the same researches, and both has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, articles published in this Web of Science database, in those master journalist articles. And let's start with Indra, and she gets like first work was cited. No, not so bad. 30 times. Second one 28. This one 26, 22, 10, 8. 9, oh sorry, that can be 9, 8, 8, 6, and the last one was only one time cited. And this one gives us a sum, sorry, it's here, a sum of a citation, which is 147 citations. Yes? So it gives us an average 14.7 for one article. You agree? And Eugenie, her colleague, has as well 10 works, 10 papers. But this one was cited, This one was cited 2, and this one was cited, you guess, 145 times. So what this can, why this can happen? From many reasons. He could invent something really thrilling, a Nobel Prize, you know? It's just a breakup. Wow, 145 citations. Rising star. Or he just put something completely out of the blue, like, you know, he wrote like these articles. I read about it, that like there were articles which were jokes actually, like, you know, that some people put something very controversial in the article, and it was like so interesting that the people were citing it, and they get so many citations. Anyway, he could be mistaken in his researches, he can put a wrong value, and many people were writing and saying, you got the wrong here. So that's why he get the citation. Citation is a citation. We don't see, when we do not analyze, we don't know if it is a citation because it's like a prizing citation, or it's just, you know, critics. But what we have here, have a look. You see? Do they both do the same good job? We don't know, maybe yes. But when we need a tiebreaker, when we need to see what is helping us, the H index. Can you tell me what is the H index for Indra? Take a shot. 8? She got 8 works that were 8 times cited. That's correct. And what is going to be H index for Evgeny?
2.
It's 2, because he got 2 works that were cited 2 times. What about if he got only 1 citation here? What is the H index? It's 1. It's 1. You see, so many sites, and there's only 1 H index. That's why it's good to know how the H index is counted. Why? Because you may have a look on your works and see which one needs a citation and which one needs a citation less. That's just only example. But anyway, this is what why I did this one. Because I wanted to show you that you can count the H index on your own. It's just like, you know, you get the data, you can count it. It's not like, you know, like impact factor. You need to stay on this, what you get in the databases. Why this could be important when you're searching for the, oops, not here. When you're searching for, here you go, for our works. This is given here. This is given here. We got a 33, so we don't have to count it. But in a few moments, I will show you the list of the cited documents that do not have a H index. Okay, no breaks. No? How are you? You good? Yes? Not too many emotions? Not too excited?
Can you say how long do you plan to have this upgrade?
I'm leaving on Thursday, so we can go tonight to midnight.
How this session without breaks? It's 1 more?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm 1 more hour. No? Too long? So we break and 1 hour, right? Okay, what about 1.5 hours without a break? Okay, so let's have a break, because I need a break, because I'm going to see how many of you will come back from the break. It gives me the information if my training is good enough. So let's take a 5 minutes break, or 6 even, and then we come back and I will show you something much more thrilling than this one. Okay? Thank you.